Okay, good morning. Let's go ahead and start going over this. So find the end behavior. So everybody, you can either graph it or use your notes. Remember, when you do this, this is going to be negative raised to the second power. So this would be negative 3x raised to the fourth power. Remember to scroll right, plus 2x raised to the third power minus 5x plus 7. So remember, x key, everybody, is next to the green alpha key. And we're going to graph them. So I'm going to turn them on. I'm going to go graph. I'm going to go negative 3x raised to the fourth power. Scroll right, plus 2x raised to the third power minus 5x plus 7. And everybody, I did not scroll right, as you see that, so it put everything here on top. So let's go back and delete it all, go back to the 3, scroll down. So if you don't do that again, everything is up there. Okay, I'm also going to change the window. And everybody, you can click here and zoom out. Okay, so it shows us a graph. If you want to, you can zoom in. So I clicked the wrong button, zoom in. Okay, so it shows us our graph is going this way. You can't see it, so it's going that way, everybody. So I use the zoom button. You can zoom in and out so you can see it. We look at it, we know that it's going this way. So for x, it's going up. So it's going to be positive infinity for both sides for f of x. For x, it's going to go approach negative infinity because it's going to get smaller, and then positive infinity on the other side because it's going to keep going up and up like this and get smaller and smaller. So we can actually use A. So A works on this one. Okay, so this one, you definitely can graph it. Everybody, this is to the 8th. If I put in, spaghetti, so if I put 3 raised to the 8th power, okay, that's a really big number. Okay, so that means when I'm doing this, everybody, with the window, I'm going to have to make this bigger so I can see it. So I'm going to put in that one, x minus 3 raised to the 8th power, scroll right, plus 3x raised to the 3rd power, everybody scroll right, minus 1. We graph it. I can't see anything. So I go to the window. I'm going to try y-axis. Sometimes you might want to check make sure you use the negative sign for the y minimums. Okay, I graphed it so I can see it. Okay, so domain, everybody, it has the arrows on it, so it's going to be all real numbers. So yes, you type that out, all real numbers. For the range, you can use the trace function, everybody. So if I go and go right on this, so do trace here. So if I do trace, okay, it's going to give me the values down here, everybody, right here. Do you see that? We're going to, it says round to 1 decimal place. So we're using 1 decimal place. So x is going to be 1.8 and y is going to be 20.8. 1.8. Everybody on a graph like this. So 1.8 right here and 20.8 right here. Okay. So for the range, it's going to be y is greater than or equal to 20.8. Remember to use these symbols down here because it's going to include that value. For increasing, everybody, that's when it's going up. Remember, those are going to be x values, the same with decreasing. So where it's going down, okay, that's decreasing. Increasing is where it's going up. So increasing x is going to be more than 1.8. Decreasing x is going to be less than 1.8. So notice for increasing, decreasing, only use more than or less than symbols. Do not use more than or equal to or less than or equal to. So make sure everybody are reading directions on these. Okay, so for this one, everybody, we're going to graph it. If it's odd, it's symmetrical. So odd, even functions or neither has to do with symmetry. So odd, symmetrical about the origin. Even, symmetrical about the y-axis. Okay, so we're going to graph it, everybody, in the calculator. See, we use our graphing lot. I'm going to go back and change the window, everybody, to back to our default of -10 and 10 for our y-axis. So then I can put it in. X raised to the third power, go right, plus 2, parentheses, x plus 1, parentheses, squared, plus 1, and then I graph it. Okay, if you look at it, everybody, so this part right here is wider than this part up here. That's narrower. So that means it's not symmetrical around the y-axis, and it's not symmetrical about the origin either. So it is actually neither. So everybody, it's by the graph. So this one, everybody, would be neither. You see how it's a little wider right here. It's wider on this part and then this part up here. So it's neither. Okay, so on this one, leading coefficients, that's going to be the leader, the one in front, the first number, everybody. So that's -8. Degree is going to be, it's the fourth power, that's the highest one, so we put to the fourth power. Even though actually, everybody, we could add those together. So then that would be -2. It would still be to the fourth power, so we just combined like terms. I think this is made to be the third. Anyways. So everybody, let's say that it is to the third, and we'll just leave it at -8. So it's a liter. Okay, so on this one, everybody, we're doing describe the transformation. So again, everybody, we're going to graph it. If you see with a lot of things, we graph. We're going to graph both of them. Everybody, this is the original, and then this is, so this is our y1, this is our y2. So this is what it's transformed to. So then we plug that one in the calculator. X plus 4 squared plus parentheses x plus 4 again Okay, then we're going to graph it. Oh, you know what? I did the wrong thing here. So everybody, it's much easier if you just put it in correctly. All right, now we can graph it. So everybody, you do have to put a pair of parentheses, okay? So if you want to do zoom and then out, you press enter. Then I just press enter. Okay. You can zoom in if you want to. Okay, but as we can tell by this, everybody, it moved to the left, horizontal translation, left 4. Okay. It didn't go up or down, didn't go right, and it doesn't have a vertical stretch, everybody. If it had a vertical stretch, the 6 would have been put in front of here. Okay. And it's not reflected over the x-axis. If it's over the x-axis, everybody will have negative outside the parentheses. Reflected in the y-axis, everybody negative inside the parentheses. Okay, so this one again, everybody, we're graphing them. So we want to figure out which one is going to work. So it says 3 transformations. So we have our quartic function, so vertical translation, down by 2 units. So everybody remember y is equal to a x minus h raised to nth power plus k. Okay, so vertical translation, everybody's k. Horizontal translation, think of that h for horizontal. And reflected in the y-axis, everybody, that's going to be a negative, okay, inside the parentheses. So we're going to have y is equal to, parentheses, negative x, horizontal translation right by 3 units, so minus 3, raised to the 4th power, vertical translation down. So it'll be that one, everybody. So it'll be D. Okay, so this one, everybody, we're looking at the graph. It says to look at the graph, the f of x squared is a dashed line. Everybody, that's the original. To function g, what's the equation of the new function? So we're going to compare these two, everybody. So we're looking at what happened. I don't see everything with this, but that's okay. So, okay, so we know it moved, okay, it moved right 2. Okay, so that's h. So x minus 2, it's going to be squared. It reflected over the x-axis, so we're going to have a negative on the outside. So it's going to be d. G of x is equal to negative x minus 2 squared. So that's the right 2. Reflect over the x-axis. It's going to be a negative a. Remember, everybody, that's a negative invisible 1, but we don't write the 1. Okay, so number 8. Okay, we have the coffee shop one. So this one, everybody, what's the price of the coffee shop? Gives you maximum weekly profit. So you can use a vertex formula to find the x, because everybody, price is going to be the x value. So negative b over 2 times a. So we're going to put it in. So we're going to put negative 8,015 over 2 times negative 2,010. Notice that we do use the parentheses, everybody. Make sure you're using the negative sign. Calculator's not as smart as us. It doesn't know to get out of the graph, by the way, everybody, go second quit. Okay, so now we can do this one, negative 8,015 divided by parentheses 2 times negative 2,010. parentheses, okay? Everybody, it's money, price, so we're going to round to the hundredths place, everybody, 5 and up, rounded up. So we're going to leave that. So everybody look at the number after it. So we would leave it, 5 and up, rounded up, so it would be $1.99. Okay, for this one, maximum price, you can use the quadratic formula if you want. So negative b plus or minus b squared. You do need to do parentheses like this, everybody, minus 4ac all over 2a. You can actually graph this in the calculator. So there are other ones. And maximum price, everybody, so we're just looking for with the profits to $0. So we're looking for the x-intercept on the right. So we're going to put that in, so negative 2010 x squared plus 8015x minus 2020. Okay, before I do that, on the table, everybody, I can make it so the scale of the table, because this is money, I'm actually going to go to the thousands place so that when I do this, when I graph it, I can see it. So then when I go to the table, I can look at the numbers. Yes, it's going to take us a long time to go up. But we want to get to where x is 0. You can also use the trace feature, everybody, to trace it. So notice everybody went from negative to positive there. So table set. Table start, everybody. I want it to start at 3. So it actually said 3.6 because everybody, when I graphed it, it looked like that. Oh, it's getting closer to 0, everybody. Look how close it's getting to 0. Okay, so this one, everybody, is right where it changed. So it's going right here. So that one, everybody, so it would be 3.691, okay? And then you just round it up to $3.69. So on this one, everybody, so I look at the graph, okay, so it's x plus 1. And we want to compare it. So we notice that it went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So down 5. So everybody, that's going to be our k value. And then it moved 1, 2, 3. So everybody with these, we're using the vertex, so 3. So left 3. Okay, remember we're putting it back into our formula. Y is equal to a x minus h, and it's squared, plus k. A didn't reflect over the x-axis, and here it's 1, so I'm just going to leave it as 1. If it looked a different size, then I would know that I'd add a vertical stretch or shrink. So we'll do x minus 3 squared minus 5. Remember this one, everybody, we're going to end up doing minus a negative, keep change, change. And it's actually, it ends up being this one, everybody, because that should be minus. Okay, good luck on everybody. You got this.